Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm the ski buyer, and I'm here today to talk about the Dalbello Raya 8 women's ski boots. The Raya 8 is kind of a unique design from Dalbello. They've had this out for a couple of years, and it's been pretty successful for them, where it's a three-piece shell design. So you've got the lower shell, you've got the upper cuff, and you've got the tongue as three separate pieces. So you get a little more natural flex, and then with this instep buckle, it's tapered back towards the heel. It gives you better heel hold. So a little different design than your traditional four buckle overlap style boot. And it's worked out pretty well for Dalbello the last couple of years. It's more of an intermediate to advanced intermediate, maybe low end advanced level boot. Features 75 flex, so it's pretty supportive, but not too overbearing. So lighter weight skiers, or like I said, advanced intermediates, this would be a good boot for you. We've got a 103 millimeter width at the ball of the foot, so it's a fairly generous fit at the ball of the foot. Not super wide. A super wide boot would be like 106. A narrower boot would be 98 to 100, so this is kind of in the middle. So if you got a pretty standard width foot, this would be a good width for you. The toe box is a little bit rounder on this boot, so if you tend to have a little bit narrower toes and not a super squared off toe box, this would be a good option for you. Like I said, it features the three buckles. They are micro adjustable aluminum buckles. With that instep buckle, again, it's going to pull your heel down to that pocket, give you a very good heel hold. So if you have narrower heels, this would be a good boot as well. The micro adjustability lets us spin these buckles 360 degrees each way. So if we're in between the catches on the on any of the buckles, we can dial in the fit so it's not too tight, not too loose. Gives you that perfect fit. 30 millimeter power strap up top. That's going to allow us to get a very good wrap for good control and comfort up on the upper cuff. And this is what I was talking about with this three-piece design, where this tongue is actually a separate part from the rest of the boot, and then we've got the lower shell and the upper cuff. That allows that tongue to really get forward and out of the way, makes entry into the boot much easier than a traditional overlap boot. Like I said, you get better heel hold as well. This boot does feature a ski walk feature, so we've got this clip in the back that you flip up, and that allows the cuff to come back, so it makes it easier to get into the boot as well as walk around. Just make sure when you go to ski, you flip that down, hear that click, locks it forward, you can't pull the cuff back. Now we're ready to ski, we're in that forward position where we want to be. We've also got an adjustable ramp angle on this boot. It's got this little screw down here so you can increase or decrease the ramp angle. So if you have trouble getting over the tips of your skis, you can increase the ramp angle. That'll help put more pressure on the ball of your foot. Makes it easier for you to initiate the turn with the skis. So kind of a pretty feature-packed boot there. One other feature is that it's got an adjustable cuff alignment here on the outside. So if you're knock-kneed where your knees go out, or sorry, where your knees come in, bow-legged where your knees go out. Most women are knock-kneed. They ski A-frame where their knees kind of almost touch when they make a turn. This allows you to align that cuff so you actually sit flat. Your knees aren't coming in quite as much. Much more control over our skis. Our tips aren't catching. They're not floating around. So a lot more control and comfort out there skiing. Moving on to the liner. This features Dalbello's True Fit Sport Liner. So the Sport Liner is not quite as firm as their Performance Liner. It's a little firmer than their Comfort Liner, so you get a good compromise between a nice cushy liner and the liner being responsive for more control over our skis. We've got a full neoprene toe box over the top of the toes on the sides of the foot here, as you can see. That's going to allow our feet to really move around, flex, nice warm comfy toes, you know, get that toe bang on the liner. We've got the tongue pull, so we can pull the tongue forward out of the way. Much easier entry into these boots. And then we've got this nice soft fuzzy faux fur fleece around here, so very warm, comfortable Cush Plush liner. So they've done a great job with it. If your feet do get really cold, Dalbello is pre-sleeting their liners in the back here for so you can easily run a heating system into the boot. So if you get cold feet, Hotronix thermic, if you want something like that, easily run the wire right up the back of the boot and you don't have to cut into the liner anymore. So like I said, the Raya 8's been in Dalbello's line for a couple of years now. Very successful boot. It's got some unique features and unique fit with the three-piece shell design. So if you're an intermediate to low and advanced skier, definitely boot to consider.